there's been a lot of the discussion on PTSD, and we know he was undergoing, a possible ultimate diagnosis that had yet to happen. But anxiety, depression, clearly other things were going on.
Right. I think, whenever someone's in the military and something like this happens, we all go
jump
to post, we all jump to it. Right. But he was being evaluated for that. But we do know, as you said, that he had depression. And Brooke, I think a lot of people think of depression as something you're lying in bed, you can, barely get to work or that. And that, of course, does happen. But depression can also become angry depression, as one psychologist put it to me.
How do you mean?
Angry depression, meaning that your depression, you kind of fester and you become angry at people and blame people for the way that you're feeling. And she said you especially see this in men more than in women. So you go from, you feel awful, but that it ends up being turned outward and you blame others. And so that is also a possible explanation for what happened here.
But there are a number of people who suffer from depression in this country who have it more or less in check. I mean, what is it that is the catalyst for someone to then take that depression into rage, into violence?
Right. I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because there are lots of people with post-traumatic stress, lots of people with depression, anxiety, who manage to live fulfilling, wonderful lives, who contribute to the world and society, and they don't do anything like this. So I think that's important to put that out there. But for some people, they have trouble controlling that anger that might come from depression. Maybe there was a specific event that just made him so angry that he couldn't handle it anymore. So it may not have been just the depression, but other things that were going on with it. I mean, we see this in workplace violence. I mean, there have been incidents where something bad happens at a workplace and, other people would just sort of go, gripe to their spouse and be over it, but other people bring a gun into work.
Right.
It's not always clear, unfortunately, why some people take that turn, and therapists would love to be able to figure that out.
Right.
But it's sometimes just hard to be able to predict why someone does that.
We know they're investigating his background, these purchases, things at his home. We're also getting now this family statement. This has just come in. So Elizabeth, let me just read this. The shooter's family has just released a statement, and they're saying, quote, "The family is saddened." This is Ivan Lopez's family. "The family is saddened and asks for prayers and for those affected and deceased in the lamentable incident. Ivan Lopez, the soldier's father, is still astonished and described his son as a calm family man and a young worker who constantly sought to look after his family's future and to be a good son." His family goes on, "The situation is very painful. I seek prayers for all of the families affected, more so when there is an ongoing investigation. My son must not have been in his right mind. He wasn't like that." This is according to the father of Ivan Lopez. As an active soldier, he defended the nation and received medals. He also worked honestly as a police officer on the island, referring to Puerto Rico, where he's from. According to his father, the soldier was under medical treatment, and the passing of his mother, grandfather, as well as recent changes that occurred after moving to the base, remember he'd been at Fort Bliss before this, certainly affected his existing condition because of his experiences as a soldier. He will not make any further comments while awaiting the result of the investigations conducted by authorities. But quickly, since I have you, that was more insight, right? The passing of family members and other things in the move from Bliss to Hood that could have all together built this momentum for him to do what he did.
Right, and you wonder, and I think someone brought this up when you were in Texas, maybe he should have stayed at Bliss and kept with that treatment that he was undergoing. When someone sometimes is in a fragile state, why move? They can hold it together with the support that they have, but when they move, they're going into this, they don't have that same kind of support, and who knows what's awaiting them there. And they seem to be alluding that something happened.
We don't know.
When he got to Hood.
No one knew why he was leaving. Everyone was asking yesterday when I was down there.
And no one knew what he moved into.
Right.
We don't know what that situation was, right?